and welcome. Thank you so very much for pressing play and choosing to spend some time out of your day with me. I'm Joy, and I want to welcome all the new subscribers to this community. I am so grateful that you chose to become part of this family. Yes, we're a family over here. And to the rest of the family members, hey, it's great that you are here. Today is Sunday, and I hope that you had some time, or you made some time for some soul care, that you are nurturing yourself before we start this traditional week. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the narcissist's biggest fear. So many videos speak about exposure being one of the narcissist's biggest fear. While I do agree with that, I do, however, believe that it's important for us to dig deeper so that we can fully understand how this fear controls them and how they think that they have the upper hand, but they are always issued the ultimate plot twist. One false belief or projection of the narcissist is that they are a superior being. Here's my first PSA for you. These people are the sons and daughters of Satan. Some of you prefer to use the devil. Some prefer the word enemy. Whichever one, take your pick. That's their father. And their father he is the father of all lies. So naturally, the narcissist is born out of a false self. Yes, I did say born out of a false self. At some point in the narcissist's life, access was granted for the enemy to take over their lives. And this is the birth of the false self. It could have been a moment of impact, or it could have been a series of tragic events, but there is a pain point that birthed the narcissist. Now, this is not to soften you up and make you think that it's time to reconcile with your dusty ex-narc and heal their pain. That's not your job. That is not what this is about. They make a conscious daily decision to be who they are. It is an ongoing choice that they are fully committed to. They know what right from wrong is, and they don't just, they don't just like what right is. They prefer wrong as it pertains to their needs and them obtaining narcissistic supply. It feeds that false self. So, this larger-than-life facade that they promote is nothing more than a cover-up. They don't want to appear regular, normal, or ordinary because to them that's boring. So let's go back to their father figure or influencer, their head leader, the leader of their cult for just one moment. And yes, I did say cult. That's why all narcissists keep a harem. They have a narcissistic harem of cult members, flying monkeys, ex-partners, current partners. I mean, they just have a cult that looks to them as their leader, that worships them, that is fearful of them. And so even when we were in relationship with these people, we too were in a cult. This is before we woke up to the truth about who they are. While we were still asleep, we certainly were cult members. You see, everything revolves around the needs of the narcissist, and even for us, we did everything to promote this pathetic, weak character. We upheld the false self by abandoning ourselves and playing whatever role that the narcissist assigned for us in his manufactured drama, his or her manufactured drama. So where am I going with all of this? I want to shine the light on you for a moment. You see, when the narcissist first engaged with you, they were already able to identify two things about you. The first thing is that you're superior to them. Let's go back to their punk leader, the enemy. Let's go back to him. You see, this fool actually believed he could outshine God in his own kingdom. Like, come on now. And this got him kicked out. Grandiose. Always got to suffer consequences for that ego. And so the narcissist, just like their head leader, tries to occupy space in our heads. You see, they do this by devaluing, degrading, gaslighting, projecting, belittling us. Essentially, they drag us into war and we're caught off guard. And because of their strategic tactics, we experience and begin to operate in fog, fear, obligation, and guilt. We forget ourselves, and many times we tap into our initial pain point. And the narcissist works on that. Our insecurities become heightened, and experiences that we may have shared with the narcissist are now used against us. They're used to remind us of our insignificance. Well, according to them. But like I said, they come from the father of all lies. So even that feeling of insignificance is a lie. But that is how they hold us captive. I want to remind you that God is not the author of confusion. And in him, we experience clarity. And that is why we must reject the projections of the narcissist. The narcissist's first mistake was believing that they could step to you as an equal. It's foolish of them because you are not their equal. Just like the enemy believed that he was God's equal. Just because God and the enemy are two great forces, it does not put them on the same level. And this translates to you too. You and the narcissist are on separate sides of the spectrum. You're on opposite sides. One is a greater force. One is a lesser force. You are the greater force. Don't you forget that. The narcissist recognizes that and taps into your original pain point. What am I saying when I say pain point? For many victims of narcissistic abuse, there's something that happened in our lives along the way. There was a moment of impact, a moment where we experienced pain. And a lot of the times it's in childhood. At some point in your childhood, you experience a pain point, a traumatic event, or a sequence of events. And that's kind of where we begin to view ourselves. For some people, it could have been like the divorce of a parent that made them feel like they were less than, that they didn't deserve to have two parents, that they played a role in that divorce. For other people, it could be that just the chaotic environment that they grew up in. They may have grown up with narcissistic parents. They may have grown up with absent parents. But for everybody, there is a pain point somewhere. So likewise, just like I said that you are the higher force here, the narcissist is well aware, and their biggest hope is that you never recognize this. The same way that their leader, the enemy, thought that he could overthrow God in his own kingdom, the enemy tries to overthrow you in your own mind. The only thing is that the enemy found a loophole, and that's how he's able to begin the process of manipulating. You see, even the enemy, even the devil, right? He tried to tempt Jesus. He tried to gaslight and project against Jesus. Listen, go back to the story in the wilderness. All of the narcissistic trends are right there. The only difference is he overestimated his ability. You can't, because he's God, right? And so he knows the true essence of him, who he is, no matter what he was facing, no matter what the people said about him, no matter knowing that he was about to be betrayed, crucified, and everything that was coming his way. He still remembered his identity. The thing with us is we forget who we are, and we get consumed by the pain. We get consumed by that pain point, that traumatic event, that traumatic sequence of events that we lose, we forget, we don't remember who we are. We get lost. And that's the loophole. The narcissist saw your true identity and wasted no time whatsoever and seized the opportunity to capture you with the intention of indoctrinating you into the cult, knowing that if they could just get you all the way on their side, you would be a force that would bow down to them. You would be the one that would give superior supply. You would be the one that they could walk all over and feel like they're significant because they were able to dominate somebody that radiates as much positive energy as you do. But here's the thing. You finally wake up. You heal. You see your true potential, and you walk in your authentic identity. You are uniquely powerful. You are a change agent. You're qualified to reach back and help others. You are capable of experiencing love, something that they cannot. You're highly talented and creative. You're somebody who will make a positive influence. Not just even a positive influence, but you will make a positive impact in other people's lives. And out of that, other people will, they will go back and reach other people. And it's like a chain reaction is set off. And this is why the narcissist hunts you down and seeks to devour you. Because listen, let's make no mistakes. Yes, we know that it's termed a medical condition, a mental condition, MPD. We know this. But behind everything that we face in the natural realm, there is something going on in the spiritual realm, and we cannot be asleep to this. So just like their father miscalculated God's ability, he miscalculated your stamina and your tenacity. So I want to tell you today, get back up. Some of you watch video after video and wonder if your ex-narcissist is an exception to the rule and will do right by you. No, it's not going to happen. Or sometimes you hope that you'll come upon a video that has new information that will feed into what you want to believe about your narcissist, hoping that there is a way to change them. Listen, I've been there. Don't waste your time. You are needed by people who are actually assigned to you, and you need to reach them during this lifetime. I firmly believe that you're not here by mistake. You're not hearing my voice randomly. I don't believe that anything just happens. No, nothing just happens. If you are here, it is my firm belief that it is an indicator that you are to reach back out and help somebody. No, it doesn't mean that you'll speak or teach a narcissistic abuse on YouTube. It doesn't mean that you have to follow the path that I did. But it means that there's something that lies on the inside of you, a passion. And sometimes you've fallen asleep to it. Sometimes you're intimidated by it because it seems so great. And it's that thing that you think about before you go to bed every night. And it's on your mind the first thing when you open your eyes in the morning. Do it. That thing is what you are created to do, and it will make a difference in someone's life. But you have to go back and seal that loophole. So it's time for you to focus on yourself and heal so that you can be the best you. I always wonder, well, what if I decided not to heal? What if I decided to stay in my pain? I definitely would not be here speaking to you. I might be in my grave because suicide was always on my mind. I just needed to end it. I tried it twice. The very first time I was 15. So, heal. There is somebody that needs to hear your voice. There is somebody that needs what you have to offer. So ask yourself, what is my pain point? What kept you up at night that you were crying tears upon tears over before you met the narcissist? Heal that. Apply the lessons that you've learned and be everything that you have been called to be. Listen, aren't you tired of dragging the hurt and the pain around? Let it go. Just drop it. Work on your healing. Watch videos that speak to the thing that helps you heal your core wound. Videos on self-love, boundaries, identifying your purpose, but whatever, be great. That is really the only thing that I would ever ask any of you to be, is be authentically yourself and be great at it. That's it. There's nothing else that I want here, but I want you to be everything that you are called to be. What I do know for sure is that God is an economist. He wastes nothing at all. He will use all your experiences and everything that makes you valuable, incredibly valuable at that. You see, some of you forgot who you are. And so I want to take a moment to speak into your life, because what I know for sure is that you were fashioned and formed in divinity. Your nativity will not define your destiny. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, created in the image of the Most High God. You are the apple of God's eye. You are worth more than rubies, and for sure you are more than a conqueror. The righteousness of Christ is upon you. And so now family, it's time for you to seek those things that are above and not beneath. He will make the enemy your footstool. The enemy is already under your foot, because what I know for sure is that what has been has already been, and what will be is already. So rise in your power. The enemy is already your footstool. You don't believe me? Okay, so the greatest narcissist that I ever encountered was the demon that stole my innocence, shattered my life when I was just 4. That low life, low level, low vibrating demon is my footstool. I crushed the head of that enemy. And yes, I was bruised. Like I just told you, I tried suicide twice because of that pain. It was so hard. I just felt so worthless. But even in that state of worthlessness, I was more superior. I was more powerful. I emanate more light than he ever could. And it's no different for you. The enemy is already your footstool. Even though you may feel powerless or that you have been rendered powerless, remember, you are powerful. I overcame that narcissist. And as I overcame that, or as I crushed his head, guess whose head I also crushed? That's right. His father's head, the enemy's head. Even right now, as I speak to you, I am issuing a narcissistic injury to the head of all narcissists. Rise up. It's time for you to step up on your footstool and crush the head of the enemy that told you you were no good, that told you you would amount to nothing, that told you that they wish they would have aborted you, that told you that they should have swallowed. I mean, like, they can tell you anything. Don't believe it. The plot twist. Your authentic identity is the head narcissist, the enemy's biggest fear. Remember, the gates of hell shall not prevail against you. That's right. So even though you may feel like your back is up against the wall, even though you may feel like you have nothing left to offer because you've given all that you can to give, but there's nothing, it looks like there is no way out, step on his head. And how do you do that? Claim yourself, claim your authentic identity, heal. Healing is so crucial. Heal, embrace that pain, go through it, because the word tells us that even though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it is a through process. There's no going under, no going over, no going behind. You've got to go through it. Embrace the pain. It doesn't last always. Listen, it doesn't last forever. It may feel like it lasts forever, but commit to the process. Commit to the process. Stop looking back. Stop worrying about what they're doing. Stop feeling that you're missing out on something. How can you miss out on something with a whole demon? You are not a child of Satan. You don't belong in that category. You are above them. So I'm here to challenge you today. I'm here to charge you today that, listen, enough is enough. You know, I see the questions, I hear your voices, and I feel your pain. And on the other side of your pain is everything you ever wanted. Okay, so you want love in your life. Give yourself love first. Give yourself love, and trust me, the greatest love of your life will find you. But you've got to do the work. And so I just wanted to come on here today and encourage you to do the work and crush the head of the enemy. The enemy is already your footstool.